It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Broncos and the Monarchs, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Denver Broncos and the London Monarchs. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. First carry now for the Memphis man, Darrell Henderson. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Throwing is Bridgewater. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. On play action, Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Complete to Wheaton. And some room to maneuver. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 35-yard line. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah. Secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Offense got him. Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Also, that brings up 2nd and goal. After 3 yards.
To him again. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Monarchs have taken a first-quarter lead. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. after the touchdown pass to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
Tackle made by Foley Fatukasi, the former UConn Husky. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Bridgewater to throw it. That's taken in by Henderson. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some...
They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out. It's the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Aaron Browning, the one who brought him down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Working from the gun. Rodgers flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On 2nd down, it's Henderson. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on 1st down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll let this go deep for Sutton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Returnable here from the 38. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. To throw, it's Rodgers. Out left here, it's complete to Wheaton. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. If you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Monarchs are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Forward run show Fadakasi. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. On the handoff, Henderson. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission. There he goes, right side. 20. Touchdown. A big play there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Monarchs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-0. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On 2nd and 7, Bridgewater.
Give credit to the defense for...
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off at the 18. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Wheaton with a catch right side. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Monarchs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. 50 seconds to go in the first half. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Bridgewater. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and this is picked up by the defense. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And this one's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers flush to his right. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Quentin Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Returning it, John Ross. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Hauled in by Wheaton over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On play action, now Rodgers. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Monarchs open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is, just what you said, you've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side, because you've got to find something.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Thomas Morstead now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for the touchdown. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Monarchs have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it is 42-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Bridgewater on first down. He sets to fire deep. He's got him in, complete. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A huge play there for Denver.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run here with Henderson. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make the play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big play.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up the 4th down. And his kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Steps away to his left, and he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Buying time to his left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
59 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. Brought in by Wheaton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence? And they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Monarchs add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. A 1st down throw for Bridgewater. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. That's complete. Okuegbunam. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Broncos on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Oh, Bridgewater intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 39. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Back to it after the pick six. Bridgewater completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Throwing. Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The Broncos on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Bridgewater. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Flushed out right. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Denver's offense ready to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And